Hola clase! This is lesson 20 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. And the story today is The Scary Park. It's about two guys who decide to go traipsing around in a scary park at midnight. A Chuck y Gary les gustan mucho las películas de terror. Un día, Chuck le dice a Gary, Gary, vamos a pasear por el parque espantoso. Gary está feliz. Gary le dice, sí, ¿a qué hora? Chuck le dice, esta noche. A la medianoche. Gary le dice, sí, sí, buena idea. Los dos se ríen mucho. A medianoche, Gary y Chuck pasean por el parque espantoso. Pasean por el parque muy despacio. Miran hacia la derecha y miran hacia la izquierda. De repente, el fantasma del parque dice, Gary pregunta, ¿quién es? El fantasma dice, soy el fantasma del parque. Gary y Chuck gritan y corren rápido. At the end of today's lesson, you're going to be able to understand everything I just said. Plus, read it, write it, and say it. Let's look at the objectives. First, we're going to learn a new set of vocab. We're going to use the vocab to learn the story about Gary and Chuck. Then we're going to practice preguntas, questions and answers in Spanish. You're going to lee y traduce, read and translate, and then check your translation with me to see how well you understood it. La gramática de hoy is on el verbo ir, to go. Very irregular and very important common verb that you need to know in Spanish. And then el quiz on the vocab and grammar to see how well you understood it. So, grab your workbook and let's get started. We are in Jalen Waltman's Complete Spanish Course 1A, first semester beginning Spanish workbook. Lesson 20 looks like this. New vocab list. El centro comercial. The mall. It looks like a center commercial or a commercial center. That's how you can remember it. La piscina. The pool. You can remember it because you piscina pool. Hopefully you don't. La iglesia. The church. Iglesia, you can remember because the church, the top of the church, kind of looks like an igloo. Here's a little top of a church. La playa, the beach. You can remember playa because you play on the beach. El parque, the park. That one hopefully sounds and kind of looks like park. Let's write and draw the mall. The mall. I'm trying to draw an entrance here. Just do it like that. Let's make this into doors. This will be el centro comercial. La piscina. Here's a slide. La piscina. Iglesia. Try to do some stained glass. Windows here. Okay, that'll be la iglesia. La playa There's la playa. That's supposed to be a towel. Looks like a ladder. Okay, anyway. Do some sun. I don't know. It's terrible playa. El Parque. El Parque. I'm going to put... El Parque. Let's put the parque over here. That's supposed to be monkey bars. Here's a path. El Parque. El Parque, la playa, la iglesia, la piscina, el centro comercial. Okay, we're going to cover up the words up above so that we don't have English and Spanish in front of us and can learn these words. Point at the picture you think I'm saying. El centro comercial. El centro comercial. It's this one, the commercial center. La piscina. La piscina. That's this one. La iglesia. La iglesia. That's here. La playa. La playa. Okay, that's here. El Parque. El Parque. Okay, that's here. Try to stay ahead of the blue arrow. La piscina. El centro comercial. La playa. El Parque. La iglesia. La playa. El centro comercial. El Parque. La piscina. La iglesia. El centro comercial. La playa. La piscina. El Parque. La iglesia. Okay, muy bien. Okay, let's write the words under the pictures. La playa. You can remember because you play on the playa. La iglesia. It looks like an igloo on top of the church. La piscina. That's because you know what you do in the pool. El Parque. El Centro Comercial. New vocab list, part 2. These are the phrases that we need for the story about the scary park. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. He wants. Quiere means he wants. Ir, to go. Ir means to go. It's the infinitive form of the verb for to go. Al parque. To the. Now let's add this espantoso parque, so scary park. A medianoche. When is medianoche? Midnight. Okay, so quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Espantoso you can remember because it scares your pants off. Pasean por el parque. They pass or stroll or wander around in the park. The verb pasear is kind of like caminar, to walk, because that's what they're really doing, is walking around in the park. But when you say somebody pasean por el parque, it makes it kind of sound more like what we would say in English for walk around in the park. So in other words, you're not just walking through a park or, walking in a park to get exercise or something. You're walking around, looking around, enjoying the park, theoretically. Okay, so now how do I know it's they are walking around in the park? I know because pasean with an N has to be they are all walking around in this park. It could be ustedes, but this story is about they. So they walk. Now I'm going to say por means through the park. I could also say they walk around in the park, but por literally means through in this sentence. Miran hacia la derecha y hacia la izquierda. Okay, once again, I have more than one person doing this. Miran, they look toward, hacia means toward here, the right, la derecha, it means the right, and toward the left. Now, derecha, hopefully you can remember derecha because it has this recha in there, like rights. It's actually, I believe, related to the word right. And derecha also means your rights, as in your legal rights. So I really do think it's related to our word right. I've never looked that up. But anyway, derecha. And then izquierda, I really don't know how you can remember that for left. It's a really weird word. Do you think left-handed people are kind of weird? Then izquierda. I don't know. Sorry, left-handed people. Ven una iglesia y corren adentro. They see a church. And what's corren? They run. Adentro means inside. So let's get that. Okay. They see a church and they run inside. You can remember adentro because you entro. You go in, you enter it. Ellos saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. They jump. In a pool. We would say in a pool. In Spanish, you're saying at a pool. But let's say in. In a pool. And swim. Nadan means they swim fast. I could say they swim. Here I've got this they in there. You really don't need it. In English, you don't need it. You can just say, and they see a church and run inside. They jump in a pool and swim fast. Jump, saltar for jump. You can remember because when you salt your food, the salt jumps out of the salt shaker. And nadar for swim, you can remember because you nod your head when you swim. You have to nod your head to swim. Hay un fantasma afuera. There, let's say there's a fantasma, ghost, a phantom, in other words, outside. There's a ghost outside. You can remember afuera for outside because there's a fire outside. So adentro, inside, you enter inside. Afuera, there's a fuer. Just kidding. There's a fire outside. Okay, let's write and draw our phrases. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a media noche. I'm going to draw that right here. This guy wants to. So here he is wanting something. This is my wanting guy. Here's what he wants. Make it big so you can have room in here. Now, Scary Park is going to have scary trees. It's nighttime. There's stars. You can even do some tombstones if you want. Okay, so he wants to go to the scary park at midnight. Over here, we're going to draw midnight. There's 12, 3, 6, 9. Midnight. The shorthand and the longhand are both pointing up. Okay, so quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Pasean por el parque. Two people are passing through the park or walking around in the park. Okay, so this will be pasean por el parque. Miran hacia la derecha y hacia la izquierda. All right, they look. Okay, here they are looking to the right. Now this is going to be our right because I want you to get derecha for this side. So here they are looking to the right. Okay, so think about if you're right-handed, here's your right hand. If you're left-handed, here's your left hand. So miran hacia la derecha. Okay, miran hacia la derecha. And then let's see, let's put, actually, I think I'm going to put them here. So now, okay, so miran hacia la derecha, miran hacia la izquierda. Okay, so your right hand derecha and your left hand over here is izquierda. Okay, so miran hacia la derecha, miran hacia la izquierda. Ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Okay, first they have to see this church. Okay, here's the church. Okay, they see it. So this will be ven una, he doesn't look like he's looking at it, but anyway, ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Gonna draw the door open. And run inside. Okay, so ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Okay, ellos saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. They jump in a pool and swim fast. Again, I'm gonna need two. Oh, let's see here. Let's do Okay, so this is going to be ellos saltan a una piscina. Okay, and then nadan rápido. Okay, they're going fast. In this pool. Okay, so saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. Hay un fantasma afuera. I'm gonna do an extra little box over here. Okay, and this is going to be room to write it in. Hay un fantasma afuera. Okay, so here is the church. With a ghost outside. Hay un fantasma afuera. It's outside. So let me actually, so we're talking about this ghost is outside of this church. Okay, we're going to cover up our vocab list again so we can learn all these phrases. Let's go over them one more time before we do the blue arrow, just so everybody knows what we're doing. Okay, so I've got quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Okay, he wants to go to the scary park at midnight. This one is pasean por el parque. They're walking through the park. They're passing around in the park. Pasean por el parque. Miran hacia la derecha y miran hacia la izquierda. Okay, so miran hacia la derecha, the right. Miran hacia la izquierda, the left. They see a church, ven una iglesia y corren adentro. They enter adentro. Entro, right? They enter. So corren adentro. They jump in a pool. Saltan a una piscina. The salt jumps out of your salt shaker. So saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. You have to nod your head to swim because it's a movement. So nadan rápido. And then last one is way over here. Hay un fantasma afuera. It's outside. And you can remember afuera because you have to build a fire outside. Point at the picture you think I'm saying. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Okay, that's here. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Pasean por el parque. Pasean por el parque. That's here. Miran hacia la derecha. Miran hacia la derecha. That's here. Miran hacia la izquierda. Miran hacia la izquierda. That's here. Ven una iglesia. Ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Y corren adentro. This is the corren adentro part. Saltan a una piscina. Saltan a una piscina. Here. Y nadan rápido. Y nadan rápido. That's here. Hay un fantasma afuera. Hay un fantasma afuera. Okay, that's here. The phantom, the fantasma. All right, try to stay ahead of the blue arrow. Pasean por el parque. Hay un fantasma afuera. ¿Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche? Saltan a una piscina. Y nadan rápido. Ven una iglesia. Y corren adentro. Miran hacia la derecha. Miran hacia la izquierda. Pasean por el parque. Saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. Ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Miran hacia la derecha. Hay un fantasma afuera. ¿Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche? Miran hacia la izquierda. Miran hacia la derecha. Miran hacia la izquierda. Miran hacia la izquierda. Miran hacia la derecha. Miran hacia la izquierda. Miran hacia la derecha. Miran hacia la derecha. Saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. Pasean por el parque. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Hay un fantasma afuera. Ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Miran hacia la izquierda. Miran hacia la derecha. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. Ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Hay un fantasma afuera. Pasean por el parque. Okay, muy bien. Let's write the phrases under the pictures. Pasean por el parque. Miran hacia, towards, la derecha. Ven una iglesia y corren adentro. quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Hay un fantasma afuera. I guess we could put exclamation points on this. Saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. Miran hacia la izquierda. Hay dos amigos. Se llaman Gary y Chuck. A ellos les gustan las películas de terror. Un día, Chuck tiene una idea. Le dice a Gary, vamos a pasear al parque espantoso. Gary está feliz. Gary le dice, sí, ¿a qué hora? Chuck le dice, esta noche, a medianoche. Gary grita, sí, buena idea. Gary y Chuck se ríen mucho. A medianoche, Gary y Chuck van al parque espantoso. Pasean por el parque muy despacio. Miran hacia la derecha y miran hacia la izquierda. De repente, el fantasma del parque dice, Chuck pregunta, ¿quién es? Soy el fantasma del parque. Gary y Chuck gritan y corren rápido. Corren y corren. Gary y Chuck saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. Nadan y nadan. Gary y Chuck ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Ellos gritan, ¡Padre, padre! Padre Eric les dice, ¿sí? Gary y Chuck gritan, ¡hay un fantasma afuera! Padre Eric les dice, no hay problema. Padre Eric agarra fettuccine Alfredo, espagueti y pizza. Padre Eric les dice, a los fantasmas no les gusta la comida italiana. Padre Eric tira la comida italiana al fantasma. El fantasma grita, ¡no! Y se va rápido. Gary y Chuck le dicen, gracias, padre. Van a sus casas y no pasean por el parque espantoso nunca más. Fin. Let's write the story about the scary park. El cuento del parque espantoso. It's so scary, it scares your pants off. Gary and Chuck love terror movies. Gary y Chuck les encantan really is what I need because I have more than one. It's going to be a plural thing that they love. A Gary y Chuck les encantan las películas. Okay, películas, it has an accent mark on that I. De terror. One day, Chuck has an idea and he tells Gary, I want to go to the scary park at midnight. Chuck le dice, I want to go. Let's change it to that. Quiero instead of quiere, because he's saying I want to. Quiero ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. And of course, Gary is like, sí. So they go, they pass through the park, they look to their right, this is their right, and they look to their left. Okay, so they pass through the park. They pass, do you remember that verb? Pasean through, do you remember that word? Starts with a P. Por el parque. Okay, they look. How do you say it? It starts with an M. Miran. Okay, and then I want the word toward. It starts with an H. Do you remember it? Hacia the right. The right is the derecha. Y hacia la izquierda. The left. Okay, so hacia la derecha y hacia la izquierda. Suddenly, the ghost of the park says, ooh, and Chuck asks, who is it? Who's there? Okay, the phantom. Fantasma. El fantasma. Now, I don't know if you remember me saying this in a lesson a long time ago, but all the words that end in ma are masculine. And so even though this word looks like it should be feminine, la fantasma, we're saying el fantasma. There could be a female ghost, and in that case, you would say la fantasma, but just as a basic word, fantasma is masculine. And we're going to say this is a masculine ghost. El fantasma dice, ooh, okay, we'll do that. Chuck, how do you say asks? Pregunta, who's there? Which in Spanish would just be quién, accent mark on the E, es. Chuck pregunta, ¿quién es? They run. Ellos, they run. How do you say it? Corren. They jump in a pool and they swim fast. Jump is what? The salt jumps. Saltan a una piscina. Y, do you remember how to say swim? They swim. Nadan rápido. It has an accent mark on the A. They see a church and they run inside. They see it. It starts with a V. What is it? Ven. Van would be they go. Ven. Ven una. The church. It has a little igloo on top. So what is it? It's an iglesia. And they run inside. Corren. Okay, when you run inside, you enter, but it starts with an A. So, dentro. They yell, Father Eric, there's a ghost out there. They yell, gritan with an N, because more than one person is yelling. Let's see, I'm going to make that into a exclamation point upside down. There's a ghost. Hay un fantasma. This ghost is outside. Okay, it starts with an A like inside does, adentro. But outside is where you build the fire. So, afuera. Father Eric says ghosts don't like Italian food and throws Italian food at this ghost, and the ghost runs off. Padre Eric les dice. He says to them. He's talking to more than one guy because there's two kids here. Padre Eric les dice a los fantasmas. They don't like it, so no les. Les is referring back to these fantasmas, so that's why I've got les instead of le. No les gusta. Just gusta, because the thing that they don't like is singular. La comida italiana. Tiro la comida al fantasma, el fantasma se va. Let's put the ghost leaving over here. Se va. Y Chuck y Gary le dicen. Okay, look what I did. Le is referring to Father Eric. So you've got two people talking to one person, just le. But dicen with an N because both of them say it. Gracias, Padre. No van al parque espantoso nunca más. What does that say? Nunca means never. Does that help you translate it? They don't go to the scary park never more. It's double negative in Spanish, but that's correct in Spanish. They don't go to the scary park ever again. Preguntas. Número 1. ¿Cómo se llaman los muchachos? Se llaman Chuck y Gary. Número 2. ¿A dónde quieren ir? ¿A dónde quieren ir? Quieren. They both want to. Ir al parque espantoso. Número 3. ¿Cuándo quieren ir? ¿Cuándo? ¿Cuándo means when? A media noche. Número 4. ¿Cómo pasean por el parque? How do they walk through the park? We're going to say they walk looking right and left. Miran hacia la derecha y hacia la, how do you say it? It starts with this weird izquierda. So they're looking around. Número 5. ¿Por qué saltan en la piscina? ¿Por qué? Because a ghost is chasing them. Un fantasma. Los is going to refer to these kids, these boys. Persigue. It's related to pursue in English. Because a ghost pursues them, okay? This direct object pronoun, it's got to go in front of the verb instead of after it like it does in English. Los is referring to the boys. And persigue is pursuing. He's chasing them. Número 6. ¿A dónde corren los muchachos? Where do they run? Corren. They run inside of what? Adentro de una iglesia. Número 7. ¿Qué gritan los muchachos al padre Eric? What do they yell? How do you say there is or there are? Hay un fantasma. Where is the ghost? Is it adentro? Is it adentro? No, where is it? It's afuera. Número 8. ¿Por qué agarra Padre Eric fettuccine, espagueti y pizza? ¿Por qué a los fantasmas they don't like it? How do you say it? No les gusta. Número 9. ¿Cómo reacciona el fantasma? How do you say it leaves? It goes off. Se va. Número 10. ¿Qué gritan los chicos? After the ghost runs off, what do they yell to Father Eric? Gracias, Padre. Número 11. ¿Van los chicos al parque espantoso la siguiente noche? Do these chicos go to the scary park la siguiente noche, the night that's next in the sequence, meaning the next night? No van. And we can say nunca más. Número 12. ¿Quién es tu personaje favorito en el cuento? Oh, this is so obvious. Mi personaje favorito es Padre Eric. Lee y traduce. Read this story and write the English translation under the Spanish line by line. The stupid idea of my friend Chuck. This is from the point of view of Gary. So, hi, my name is Gary. So everything he's saying, he's going to be saying us. We do this, we do that. Or I say, I feel this way. Yo means I. Chuck, you can abbreviate C. Gary can be G. Eric can be E. And that should be all you need. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, translate this story, and then we will check it. Go. Okay, we're back. Hi, my name is Gary. I like films or movies of terror, scary movies. I have a friend whose name is Chuck. Chuck likes scary movies también. También means too, or also. Un día, one day, Chuck has an idea. He says to me, let's go walk around in the scary park. Let's go pass in the scary park or walk around in it. I'm happy. Yo estoy feliz. I'm happy. I'm happy about this. I want to go to the scary park. Quiero ir. I want to go. Le digo. I say, digo means I say, and this is to him. So it's out of order in English, but that's the right order in Spanish. Yes. What time? What hour? Chuck says, tonight. Esta noche, this night. So tonight at midnight. I yell, yes, yes. Nos reímos mucho. That means we laugh. Now, nos is not we, it's actually us. So this is actually saying we laugh ourselves a lot. When you laughing for whatever reason is a reflexive verb in Spanish, so when you're laughing yourself. We laugh ourselves a lot because the idea of Chuck is fantastic. At midnight, Chuck and I go to the scary park. We pass through the park very slowly, or slow. We look toward the right and toward the left. Suddenly, the ghost of the park says, ooh. I ask, who is it? Now it's Gary asking, I guess. I'm the ghost of the park. We run fast. We run and run. The ghost says, ooh, ooh. We jump in a pool and we swim fast. Okay, all these mos verbs, see this? Mos, corremos, saltamos, nadamos. Nosotros verbs always end in mos. So even if there's no nosotros here, like here, corremos y corremos, that could only be we run because of the mos. We jump in a pool and we swim fast. We swim and swim. The ghost says, ooh, ooh. We see, vemos is we see, a church and we run inside. We yell, Father, Father, there's a ghost outside. Father Eric says to us, no problem. Father Eric grabs fettuccine alfredo, spaghetti, and pizza. Ghosts don't like Italian food, he yells. Father Eric throws the Italian food at the ghost. But there's a problem. The ghost has, in this version, what does the ghost have? A perro guardián. He has a guard dog that loves Italian food. The dog yells, woof, and eats all the food very fast. The ghost yells, Muah, and grabs, nos agarra, he grabs us, Chuck and me. So the ghost yells, ha ha, and grabs Chuck and me. The ghost nos lleva a su casa a jugar a los videojuegos. Did you figure this out? Nos lleva takes us, carries us literally, but we would probably say takes us. Takes us, where does he take them? Takes them to his house to play video games. We play, jugamos means we play video games for hours and hours. In reality, it's a very fun and funny ghost, okay? Divertido means fun, cómico is funny. Chuck y yo estamos muy felices. Chuck and I are very happy. The end. La gramática, the verb ir. The verb ir means to go. The verb ir means to go in Spanish, and it's a very strange verb. It's completely irregular and uses AR verb endings, even though technically it's an IR verb, because that's all it is IR, right? So not only is it this weird little thing, it's going to work kind of like an AR verb. Let's take a look at this strange beast. Ir, it means to go. Yo, you actually already know this. Voy. Or you've seen it, okay? Yo voy. To, if you go, to vas. Usted, él, and ella, va. You know these are going to be the same as each other, and they're also the short one and the basic one. And we can take this basic and add some stuff to it for these if you want. So I've got va, nosotros and nosotras, they always end in what 3 letters? Vamos. So you sort of have already seen that and should already kind of know it. Vosotros and vosotras. These both mean you all informal. Vais. Ustedes van, and ellos and ellas van. These are always the same as each other, and they always end in N. Now, what you could do with ir is if you could just remember the letter V. What does this V have to do with ir? I don't know. And I don't know really, the language developed this way somehow off of Latin. So no one sat down and said, let's have this weird verb, ir, and then let's conjugate it like this. Like, languages develop on their own. So this is just how this verb works. But if you can remember the letter V and consider V to be the stem, and then consider it to be an AR verb, it is pretty normal. I've told you before, yo verbs always end in O or OY. So, voy instead of vo, and that makes sense, right? Everything else is actually regular if you treat V as the stem. Now use the correct conjugation in the sentences below. Now I'm actually going to cover up this top part. We're going to try to do this off the top of our heads. We know they all start with V, so that's easy. And it works like an AR verb. So if you can remember your basic pattern, you're not going to be too bad off with ir. All right, so number 1, Jim goes to Pam's house. You actually already just know this word, which is the best way anyway. rather than conjugating is just to kind of know, right? Jim va. One guy, Jim is an L. He's a he. So él va. Número dos, I go to Chipotle, the restaurant of Chipotle. So how do you say I go? We know it starts with a V. It's not vo. What is it? It's voy. Yo voy. Número tres, in the afternoon, you go to Spanish class. Okay, here's my basic, but tu always ends in what letter? Tu vas. Número cuatro, on Fridays, you and I go to the park. Okay, now we've got you and I. That's a nosotros. We go. So here's my basic, and I need 3 letters. What? Vamos. Los viernes tú y yo vamos al parque. Número 5. Ellas, they go to the movies with friends. These girls, they, female they. Here's my basic, but I've got they, more than one person going. I need another letter. What is it? Van. Número 6. Ustedes, you all, go to the house of Mrs. Doubtfire. Okay, here's my basic. Ustedes is always exactly like ellas and ellos, and it needs a letter. It's more than one usted going, so plural ustedes, van. Número 7. Los estudiantes, the students, don't go to school on Saturday and Sunday. Los estudiantes no van. Plural people, ellos no van. Plural people always end in an N. Número 8. Nosotros, we go to the movies with Mario. How do you say we go? You should just kind of know it, but vamos, right? Nosotros always ends in mos. Número 9, mis padres, they go to the game, partido means game, of American football. In other words, here in America, we would just say football, but the whole rest of the world, if you say football, you're talking about soccer. My parents go. You've got more than one parent going, so not just va, but van. And then número 10, to where goes the teacher? Okay, this profesora, it's female, so she's an ella. So what verb goes with ella? Just the basic va. El quiz. ¿Qué día es hoy? Hoy es lunes. Monday. ¿Qué fecha es hoy? Hoy es el 20 de abril. El 20 de abril. Lesson 20 vocab quiz. You have 8 phrases to match up. Pause the video and take the quiz. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's grade it. Número 1. El centro comercial. Número 1. Letra N. Número 2. La playa. Letra I. Número 3. Quiere ir al parque espantoso a medianoche. Letra K. Número 4. Pasean por el parque. Letra M. Número 5. Miran hacia la derecha y hacia la izquierda. Letra L. Número 6. Ellos saltan a una piscina y nadan rápido. Letra J. Número 7. Ven una iglesia y corren adentro. Letra O. Número 8. Hay un fantasma afuera. Letra H. ¿Todo correcto, clase? Si tienes todo correcto, escribe un 100. Un 100%. Muy bien. Lesson 20, grammar quiz. You've got the verb ir. We just worked on it. Conjugate the verb ir correctly in the sentences below. I will give you some hints. They all start with V. They all start with V, and they work like AR verbs. I want you to do this without looking back at your notes. Pause the video, go. Okay, we're back. Let's grade it. Let's see how you did. Número uno. She goes to school. Ella va. Número dos. I go to the mall. Okay. Yo voy. Número tres. We go to church. Vamos. Nosotras, actually. Vamos. Número cuatro. You go to Hawaii. Tú vas. Tú always ends in S. Número cinco. Tú y Joey. Okay, this one's tricky. Tú y Joey, that's an ustedes. You all. You guys. I'm talking to you and Joey. Van a la playa. You and Joey go to the beach. I can't just say vas because there's also Joey here. Número seis. You formal go to the scary park. Usted va. Usted, él, and ella are always the basic. Just va. Número siete. Ustedes. Now I've got plural usted. You all go to the pool. Van. Número ocho. They go to the movies. Once again, van. Todo correcto, clase? If you have todo correcto, that is muy increíble. If you have them all, really, that is awesome if you did that without looking back at notes. If you have, out of 8, if you have at least half of them, if you have at least 4, that's still really, really good. Learning to conjugate verbs and all these different people, really, it's like it's 6 new vocab words. And it's 6 vocab words that are very, very similar and hard to remember. So if you can do at least half of those without looking at notes, that is still really good. So we're going to draw the Fantasma del Parque. Muy feliz. He is happy about your grammar skills. Bonus material that's optional is telling the story about the scary park and or writing it. Do both so that you'll be prepared for that next essay. This is very good practice for that, and it's also your chance to practice speaking Spanish. It doesn't have to be exact or perfectly correct. Just focus on communicating the message. And I will see you in the next lesson. Muy bien, clase. You finished lesson 20 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. The link to get the workbook is in the description box below. And there's also a link to support my channel if you're interested in supporting it in ways other than buying the workbook. And until next time, nos vemos, clase.